Come on in, everybody. Like and share if you would. Come on in. Come on in, everybody. Like and share if you would. Let's make that number climb. Current viewers. Good evening, David Jones. How are you doing? Jerry, how are you doing? Sons of Liberty Riders, Dutch, RSA, how are you doing, buddy? Okay. Why does that not surprise me? Dutch and Geezer are at the bar. David Garcia, how are you doing? Excuse me if I don't type because OG is not here. He doesn't do the Popeye live stuff. He's got to have his beauty sleep. Yeah, we'll give it a few minutes here. So the stream is excellent. That's what YouTube is telling me. Everybody realize that we also record these events, and they are on Rumble, just in case we are thrown off of YouTube. And Dutch and Geezer say they're on their way here. Do I need to go out and unlock the gate? So, yeah. So anyway, let me turn this music down. There we go. There we go. So, man, what I want to start out with tonight, man, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that went on today. Of course, President Trump, I know people on the left hate to hear us say that, but President Trump was at the border today with our Governor Greg Abbott. Now, let me say this. Greg Abbott has like a 90% approval rating, as I think that's what they said today. So let me say this. Greg Abbott better mean what he's saying, and he better start doing some stuff quick. I know it's going to take a while to arrange everything and start building fences where we need it, but now it's the time to surge the border. And of course, when OG and I were talking today, we said, well, why don't they just send their asses back? Why do we have to let them into the country? Why do we have to let them into Texas? Why do we need to put them up in a jail? Maybe we ought to be putting them up in hotel hell, tents with fences. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Why do we have to let them into Texas in the first place? Send them to some other border crossing. How about California? How about we send them to California? And why are we passing children on to the Border Patrol? I would ask that. Why are we giving up the children to them? So they can take them and shove them on into the interior part of the nation. Why are we doing that? What we're doing when we do that, we're participating. We're participating. We're going to point that out. We're going to piss some people off. We're going to be rude, is what we're going to be, because we don't see no reason that a sovereign state should put up with this crap. None at all. None at all. So that's what I'm saying. Hey, look, if Governor Abbott needs help, there are plenty of Texans that will volunteer to go to the border and help. There is. There's plenty of retired military and everything else, to help get things under control. And especially what I'm talking about is drugs. Not only the human smuggling, but the drugs, the fentanyl. Now, of course, we don't know how much of this is hyped because the DPS is involved in it. But hey, look, I have to take what Sheriff Wayborn was there today, and he did get into the conversation with the president. And if you don't know who Sheriff Wayborn is, he's the sheriff of Tarrant County. Now, Sheriff Wayborn, I know for a fact, I know him well, he is a constitutionalist. And that is very important. Very important. But it seems like we got a whole lot of people that don't give a damn about the Constitution. But we had a win today, and I'm going to explain it in a minute. So this is where we're at. We have to ask these questions. We have to push. We have to push them into securing the borders, and they should have a surge now. Every state that is a border state, with the exception of California, we know they're not going to do it. So let's send them there. Let's send them there. Let's send them to New York. Let's send them to wherever. That's what I'm saying, everybody. That's what I'm saying. Hey, look, we had some stuff from the Green Mob today. Let me ask everybody on the chat line, just maybe I missed it on the news. Did Donald Trump get reinstalled as president at the border? Did that happen? Because over the past few weeks, that's what we've heard. We've heard anything and everything from the Green Team. You know who I'm talking about, that Frog Network. Did it happen? They're going to get their asses jumped onto again tonight over the crap they've been saying. And of course, all they will say to their audience is, hey, you got to manage your expectations. Yeah. So, I didn't see. Dooley says, I wish. Yeah. So do I, buddy. So do I. But now, the next day that has been mentioned by that bunch, is July 4th. Hang on, everybody. Something big is going to happen July 4th. Besides the fireworks that may be going off in your city, county, wherever. Are they going to have it? Are they going to have it in D.C. this year, or is it? Are they locked down for COVID? I know they put a fence around the Washington Monument. What the hell is that all about? I don't know. But hey, they also put out the word today that California had 1.8 million more votes than registered voters. Now, I haven't seen it anywhere yet, but, that's what they're putting out there. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we should all do our due diligence and find out. But they're claiming that, hey, look, that's probably where all this cheating started, was in California. Yeah. Because, they didn't do it on a massive scale. They did it little by little, and they suggest that that's the reason that that's the reason that California turned blue. Yeah. May be true. I do suspect that this has been going on. The fraud in elections has been going on for a long time, and more than we just didn't recognize it because they didn't do it on steroids. You know what I'm saying? Al Franken comes to mind in Minnesota. Yeah. And of course we got Arizona out there, everybody. They're saying today that there's just more and more missing ballots and all kinds of stuff that's going on there. Let's keep an eye on that because that is real. That is real. That and they are promising big things on that. And you know what? You know why we know it's true? Because the media is already out there attacking them, attacking the audit big time. And so, you know, we got this going on. I mean, we've got to take the other side and push back. We've got to support the audit because that is a forensic audit, and it has been done meticulously. Now, we expect big things out of that. We're going to be awfully disappointed if that's not the case. But I suspect that it is because of the way the media and the politicians are acting. Good evening, Brain Damage. I see you popping up there. Man, hey, let me jump to something here, and let me switch the cube, everybody. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Maybe it is it. Yeah, it is. Let me see if I can get the picture up there right. Okay. I hate these things when they don't want to act right. Here we go. Look at this, everybody. There in Minnesota, they are adding a 15% equity. 15% equity tip or tax or whatever you want to call it. They're doing this to fight oppression. Now, I don't know what customers are going to think about this, because generally, you know, you tip based on the service you got. You know, if you got somebody that's just a horrible waiter, or maybe just an ass, you know. But I don't think this is going to fly, and this is going to put some people out of business. Because if you're going to a place like, you know, like we did today, we had a burger and a Coke, and, you know, by the time we got out of there, just for that, was $15. So you're going to give, you know, I mean, I usually tip 20%. But I don't like the idea of being forced to pay for crappy service, if that's the case, you know. If that's the case. So that they have restaurants up there that are doing this, and I don't think it's going to go over well at all. At all. But we'll see. We'll see if they're going to make it. So yeah, that's right, David Jones. You know, crappy waiter, crappy tip, or if they're just a jerk. And I've had those where somebody just a plain ass. But let me see what we got next here. Oh man, this is not good, everybody. This is not good. We had today a mom that was shot. They said a stray bullet in Maryland. Her name was Michelle Cummings. And I'm going to switch the cube here. She was in Maryland to take her son to the U.S. Naval Academy. That's what she's doing there. Let me say this, everybody, and this is from experience. You know, my wife was hit by a .50 caliber round when we were at Texas Motor Speedway for a NASCAR race. This round came through the top of our RV and hit her in the arm. Now there were some guys that were north of the racetrack that were target shooting. And I think if I remember right, 4 of them were shooting a rifle. A few of them were teenagers. And, I suspect when they were shooting at the berm, the target they were shooting at, they were anticipating a recoil, and they probably, the round ricocheted off the berm and over into the area where all RVs were at the NASCAR event. Now, I did a little deal on the internet where I said, "Hey, you guys, this is no longer a rural area. There are homes, there are businesses, there's all kinds of schools, everything all around that area. It's no longer rural. And for you to be shooting toward the racetrack while there's an event going on is just ludicrous." Now, I posted a little website there, and all I was trying to do was tell everybody, hey, it's no longer rural. Well, hell, I got death threats out of that. I did. And I told them, I said, most of them that did that kind of crap, I said, hey, look, I'm a Second Amendment guy. I said, but, if you want to come over here and start some shit, come on. That's what I said. But I mean, to me, there is no such thing as a stray bullet if you're firing a weapon in a city. Whether it be willy-nilly or at somebody. Now, if you're trying to protect yourself, that's one thing. But we don't know what's going on in these cities. We see what's happening in Chicago. I'm going to have to take a look at Maryland and where this was at and see just how bad it is. Just see how bad it is, because it's this way across the nation. But you take a look at Chicago and New York, where they have the most stringent gun laws in the country, and they're not making any headway. They're not making any headway, and they don't give a damn. They do not give a damn. Is what I'm saying. But, man, something else, everybody. Something else. And taking their son to the Naval Academy. This is so crappy that all this stuff goes on, and yes, David Garcia, you're right. It's just Democrats in Democrat cities that are the worst of it all. And I know we've had our problems here in Texas, but it's nothing like this. Nothing that goes on every weekend. I can't wait for the report for the report across the country on 4th of July weekend. Chicago, New York, I mean, where else? L.A., Fort Worth, Dallas, I mean, where? Just think about it. And you know what? The the main thing that I always take away from this, none of this shit is from bikers. Although I did hear today that someone was shot and killed off of a motorcycle. I think here in the DFW area. I did not find anything else on it. But I saw that on the internet early this morning. And I do believe if it had been one of our guys, we'd already know it. That's the case. Yeah, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad brain damage. Yeah, it is. It's incredible. Yeah. Oh, who didn't know this? Who didn't know this, everybody? America ranks last in public trust for its news media. Yeah. We rank dead last. Dead last. 29% of the American people say they trust the media. That's low, everybody. That's low. And CNN is at the bottom. They're at the bottom. And MSNBC. And I did hear this weekend that Newsmax was ahead of Fox in the ratings. But I have to ask, I remember when Fox News first came on. As a matter of fact, it was during a presidential debate. And Fox was talking about, we report, you decide, instead of like ABC, NBC, where they tried to explain what we just heard for ourselves. And of course, it was always the liberal slant. And, it's a breath of fresh air to see Fox at least trying to give our side and plus give the other side a shot. But the question has to be, does we report, you decide still work for Fox? Does it work? Okay, Jerry's saying that's right. In Fort Worth, a 19-year-old on a crotch rocket was shot after reportedly pointing a weapon at a motorist. Well, that'll get you shot. If you're going to pull out a weapon and here in Texas, if you're going to point a weapon at somebody, you can expect a response from somebody. You just may choose the wrong car. Somebody's not intimidated. That's a fact. Okay, let's switch gears. Yeah, everybody, let's switch gears right now. The Constitution protects us from government. That's what it's designed to do. It protects us from a rogue, out-of-control government. And in particular, I want to say something about tyrannical prosecutors. Tyrannical prosecutors. We have them here in Texas. That's what Abel Reyna was. He was out of control. Out of control. And we still have that going on here. We still do. We have it all across the nation. So we've got to work to expose these people. Yeah. One American News Network, only network to broadcast Trump live at the border. Well, Right Side Broadcasting did, But let me tell you, they've got to improve their sound. You know, that's one thing we're particular about here, and we've been working at it for years to getting our sound a pretty good quality where we were happy with it. So, yeah. But anyway, let's get back to tyrannical prosecutors. And today, no matter what you think of him, Bill Cosby was released from prison. So his conviction on sex crimes is overturned. And one thing that happened with that was a court by mob. It was it's what we've seen, and it's a different kind of mob for us bikers, where we've seen guys railroaded again and again and again, and are in jail today, who do not have fame, money. I don't know how much money Bill Cosby's got left since he lost that civil suit. But you know, he had fame, and these lawyers were going to get all kinds of they worked diligently. They never gave up. And that's one thing to remember. They never gave up. And neither should we. Never. So the mob was the Me Too bunch. Remember that? The prosecutor brought at least 50 people to testify against Cosby, and most of them were beyond the statute of limitations. They shouldn't have been testifying, but they did. So, man. So they made the thing that happened here, they made a deal with Cosby to plead guilty. They said, if you confess, give up your right to self-incrimination, we will not prosecute. And by God, what happened? They prosecuted. So today it was fixed. It was fixed. Because of the Constitution. The Fifth Amendment. And especially the part here that says, for shall any person be subject for the same offense to be twice put in jeopardy of life, limb, nor shall be compelled any criminal case to be a witness against himself. Nor be deprived of life, liberty, property, and without due process. Hell, I guess I sounded like Biden then, didn't I? That writing there is small. But you get what I'm saying. Go read the Fifth Amendment. You can read it right there. You can stop the video. But this is what happened. The courts corrected it. He should never have been up on criminal charges because of what they did. He'd already been through a civil case. And they made a deal. But you know what? Nobody knew it. Nobody knew it. I wonder how many times this happens to bikers. You know, people with no fame, with no ability to have lawyers hang with them for years and years and years. I promise you, there are people sitting in jail today. There are people that are going to trial and have been to trial and continue to go to trial for years on end. Years on end. Because of prosecutorial misconduct. This happens because the only thing a prosecutor gives a damn about is a victory. Is getting a win. That's the only thing they care about. They don't care if you're innocent. They don't give a damn at all that you may be innocent. If they can convict you, they will do it. They will do it. And they will send you to prison for a very long time or even put you on death row. It happens. It happens. So Cosby's released and he's home tonight. No matter what you think of him, and he may be a piece of crap. I'm sure he is. And I'm sure he was guilty of many of those crimes. But it's our system, and it's supposed to work, and it doesn't. We've seen prosecutorial misconduct with Donald Trump. We see it continue to go on today within New York, where they're going after him over taxes. Every filthy rich person out there is probably, they're lawyers, a battery of lawyers and stuff that take care of their taxes, have probably fudged some on their taxes. And like I say, corporations don't pay taxes. That is passed on to the consumer. They pay very little in taxes. But according to the Green Team, the IRS is gone. They be gone. So I don't know where the DPS is. I've tried to get hold of them all day today. All I get is recordings, and then back around. But let me say this: they ought to get those people in the DPS, and I mean the ones even in the driver's license places. Hey, just go ahead and renew everybody's driver's licenses, and let those guys go help at the border. Because that's what we need. We need help there. We don't need help with driver's licenses. And you go over there, and hell, there's 500 illegals lined up trying to get a driver's license. I'm just saying. Oh, brain damage, you heard that today? Brain damage is saying, I heard today New York dropped the criminal charges they were trying to get Trump on. I didn't see that. I saw just the opposite by MSNBC just a while ago. Bunch of morons. But hey, everybody, 4th of July weekend, make sure you have a safe weekend. If you're out riding, make sure you're riding safe, that you're hydrating and doing all that stuff. Watch these idiots in these cars. Watch them. They'll run over you. And it's going to be crazy around here. My granddaughter, who's leaving to Seattle with her fiance, This is the longest goodbye I've ever heard of. We went out to Lubbock last week to say goodbye to them, and all of a sudden they're here. I don't know. So they're going to leave again, so we got to have all the goodbyes again and everything else. So the whole family, they'll be in and out and everything else. It's the same old stuff. I mean, I love my grandkids. I really do. But a 2-week goodbye? I don't know. What do you think? Randy, you're going to have to go back and watch the whole show. You're just arriving. And I'm surprised you're awake. It's you're probably 11:30. But everybody knows I'm a night owl. Oh, and I've got to, well, look, we got a guy out on the Texas border that lives out there. His name is Napa. So we're going to be inviting Napa back from time to time to tell us what's going on. Where the action's at, everybody. Yeah, brain damage, we're upset about it. But it is what it is. He's got a great job with Microsoft, 6-figure salary and all that kind of stuff. But it costs a hell of a lot to live there. That's right. Costs a hell of a lot to live there. So, plus the fact if you work downtown, you've got to step around all the poop and the drug addicts. Yeah. People just walk past them now. They're used to seeing them. It's nothing to them. Except for the people that own businesses down there where they're all closed up. Yeah. Yes, JJ, you are right. All lives matter. They do. And, our hearts and condolences go out to that family of that mom that was, I don't want to say it was an accident. I really don't. Yeah. I've already been through that. Horrible accident. Nobody's held accountable. And that's what it seems like to me. That's what it sounds like to me. Is there already, a stray bullet? Well, the minute they say that, you think, oh, what a horrible accident. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Hey, everybody, if anything happens, like Trump gets put back into office on July the 4th, like the Green Weenies are saying, we'll be back on live no matter where we're at. No matter where we're at, we'll jump on. We can do it from our phone. We can't wait if that happens. But we've been waiting a long time for that to happen, and our military, it seems like they're too busy being woke, especially the officers' corps. And you know how I feel about that. See, how you pronounce that? Hopsprice. How you doing? The long-awaited indictment will reportedly not charge Trump himself, but 2 insiders who testified before the grand jury. Okay. Hey, look, they can. You've heard the saying that a grand jury can prosecute a hamburger. And they can, that's true. That grand juries can be rigged. We've seen it. We saw it in Waco, where we had to raise hell to keep the cops off the damn grand jury that they were trying to put on it. Yeah. You're right, JJ. You're right, buddy. They've been killing everybody. Black people. The fact that they all are killing each other and have been for years, and nobody in those cities seem to give a shit? Really? That's what I'm saying. Popeye for Prez. Let me tell you, Ryan, I would, let me tell you, there'd be a lot of people in jail. There'd be a lot of people in jail. Because I wouldn't put up with this bullshit. Not for a minute. But understand what they're trying to do, everybody. They're trying to institute the Cloward and Piven strategy, which is the quickest way to change the country, to fundamentally change the country, is to collapse it. And you'll have all these people yelling to the government to save them. This is what's going on. This is the reason they're spending so much money. They don't care. They don't care. This is the reason they're flooding our country with illegal aliens. They don't care. This is part of the strategy. This is the reason they are this is the reason they are indoctrinating our children into this shit, and the reason that the college students have already bought into it. And I've been saying for many, many years, that the children are being trained to hand the keys over to them, and that is exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. They're trying to keep everybody fighting, whites and Hispanics, blacks, so on. They're just, that's what they're trying to do. That's what they're trying to do. That's the reason they send out all this money to people that have these children now. And stand by, there's more to come. But what I'm telling you is if you get any of that money, you better save it, because you're going to need it. Because things are going to spin out of control. I know today we were talking, hey, the stock market is just booming. But you know what? That is going to change. That is going to change. It really is. Yeah, Dooley, if I had the staff that Rush Limbaugh had, yeah, we could really be rude. But understand, these guys like the Green Frog that lie through their asses all the time, they got 100,000 subscribers, or so they claim. And they may. I see different numbers every time I jump over there just to see what's going on. That's right. Brain damage, you're right. Inflation is booming. It's going to boom. I mean, gas here in Texas is it's higher than it's been in years. So we're running about $2.79, I think, is the average, and the nationwide average is over $3. And out in California, it's just out of control. But stand by, everybody, that the taxes on all levels is fixing to go out of sight. Biden has given the IRS $80 million. I think it's $1 million to hire 80,000 IRS agents, because they're going to come after us. They're going to tax us in ways that we haven't dreamt of, and they're going to bring back the death tax if it hadn't already been instituted. Yeah, David, you're right. That's the same plan that Obama was doing that he didn't get done. What they're going to do this time, because they think they don't have a chance in 2022, they're going to try and implement all this now. That's the reason they're in a hurry to get this done. They want it to happen now. They want the collapse to happen sooner rather than later. And they're going to keep on doing what they're doing And we've got to point it out every step of the way. Every step of the way. We don't back off. We don't back off. We just can't. And now is the time to to start gearing up for 2022. And yes, it is very important we get behind these audits. We've got to expose what went on. The people need to know the truth. The truth, no matter what it is. Not some bullshit out of CNN or any of those people. Yes, you're right. Divisiveness did start under Obama. Yeah. Dooley said, "Oh shit, lucky I didn't go for the COVID money." Let me see. Yes, they are, JJ. They're gonna shut down everything they can shut down. They're working to collapse it, everybody. There's no doubt in my mind that's what's going on. That's what's going on. Hey, and I don't give a damn if YouTube tries to kick us off. It's been a while. I mean, we're shocked we're still on YouTube. But no, we're over at Rumble on TBR News. We're on Rumble, so they know we're there just in case something happens. And yeah, we can broadcast from there. It costs money. It's not like YouTube is free, but it's not free to. They do have the ability to cancel us, and they've done it to many people. It's reason you don't see. It's reason you don't see the auditor people, the people we're on every day talking about the audit and how it's going. They're not on YouTube anymore. I don't know where they're at. So, but I mean, it is what it is. But hey, let me see what I can show you here. I just got my favorite shirt on. If I can get it up there. Here we go. That's my favorite T-shirt. Arizona audit was done professionally and will be huge. I do believe that, buddy. I do believe that. So what we've got to do is make sure that that the mainstream media doesn't get away with what they're going to try and do. Because they're out there already trying to say, hey, it's a bunch of BS. That's not true. They have been painstakingly counting all this stuff and checking the paper, checking the missing ballots. I mean, the list runs on and on of the things that are wrong, including dead people voting and everybody else, even underage children voting. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. David Garcia, I've seen over $5 a gallon in Central California. Holy crap. Hey, with that going on, there's no way, there should be no way in California that anybody's voting for a Democrat. There should be no way. The only way that they win now is if they're cheating. And we have to make sure when Arizona comes out and the truth comes out, then we've got to ask that every state go through an audit, a forensic audit, every one of them. So let's send them into a panic. Send them in a panic. You know, I would have thought by now that our military would have seen what's going on. They understand what's going on. And, but what we see is guys like General Miley, and Mel and I were talking today. OG and I, we're both named Mel. But we were talking today, and we were saying, hey, look, they're talking about special forces, you know, these Space Force and stuff like that coming in to rescue the day. Let me say this. The special forces are a small part of the military. For them to take any actions, it would have to be swift and targeted really, really good to keep the other parts of the military from trying to protect these yahoos. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think they should have already acted. That something should have been done. It's obvious that the foreign governments have participated in this thing. It's obvious that China participated in this thing. And so, you know, it is obvious to anybody that has half a brain. Half a brain. But hey, you guys, I was just going to be on for about 10 minutes tonight, you know, go through this and be done, you know. Yeah. Yeah, Dooley, book your flights to outer space now. Everybody's going to Mars. Mars, where it is 80 degrees below zero. A beautiful place to go to. Everybody's wanting to go there. Hey, that's you know, all the rich people are wanting to go there. I mean, you know, hey, look, Elon and all those guys. Maybe we could get the Democrats to go. Yeah. Yes, Hoptress, you're going to have to explain how you pronounce that to me. Dems in a panic. They could not get HR and SB done. I tell you, that's the truth. That's the truth. But that doesn't mean they won't keep. They won't keep pushing. And that don't mean just because they don't get something in the bill that they won't put it back in what they call reconciliation. That's the truth. They're slick. They've honed their craft for decades. They're crooks. You know, damn. And we got to stop them. We got to stop them. Well, hey, you guys, with that, I'm sure my wife is wondering where the hell I'm at. Okay, Hoptress. Oh, man. Hoptress. Did I get it right? Hoptress? Not all. Yeah. Hey, good night, Yippin' Yahoo. See you later, buddy. Thanks a lot. Hey, you guys, have a good evening. Have a good July 4th. And, hey, if something happens, we'll be back on and raising hell. Being rude, everybody. Being rude. Good night. You don't have a motorcycle? Buy one. Come ride with us. Come ride with us. We'll go get a beer and a burger. Bye-bye.